Hello guys, welcome back to DDP.
Pause. Why did it sound like Didi? Okay.
Can't you have killed my
No. Okay, let's go again.
Can I repeat?
Yeah.
You know,
But you have to have some bit of acting in you. Like,
this
if
is
take
a
one
show
fails, you
where-
go for take two.
No, see the problem is when you come with your own frequency on the start, you don't just come and you bump them and you expect them to come back with the same energy.
This guy is petty, man. Just start, bro. Start.
Oh, this is how it starts. No.
Hello guys, as always, DDP, Dog Days Podcast. Mbozo Kuchalo, the only man I want to be about. Hi, I'm Jeffa, every papa, aka every beauty don't have a beauty. Asava Kara, as always, with
If you let me do my intro, I had a nice joke.
okay, start.
I'm starting. Anyway, guys, my name is Chelsea, aka Man So Sati. No, cut that. My name is Chelsea. We beat Liverpool over the weekend, bro. His name is Estevao Willian. Bro, it's Chelsea, man. Like, it's Chelsea season. Like, it's a title charge. Forget my intro. I just need to remind you guys that it's a title charge for us after beating Liverpool. You've seen this before. It's a familiar script, football fans. Shout out to our people that are doing Dog Days Fantasy. Yeah. We were supposed to shout you the top 5 at least. But since I'm not in the top 5, bro, next time.
Where's the joke?
I left it. Like, I had to focus on much bigger things.
See, this is us. This is you.
But there was no joke. Why are you looking for a joke when it isn't?
You said.
There was no joke, bro.
I start with a joke.
No, like, I actually let your intro, bro. No, I was like, oh, let him have his. Okay, this is the thing. This was what I was prepared. You know that song of is it when Beyonce was singing a group? To the left.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm the Beyonce of that one. Come. You know that, but you've seen where Latino chicks are actually doing it. To the ref.
Mm-mm.
You've not seen it. It's a funny clip. That's what I was planning to do, but you're shutting it. Anyway, guys.
Interesting.
But we have attacked you people on all social media. Yes,
Yes,
we have
sir.
Instagram, there's a TikTok already existing. Even that's Snapchat.
IG, Snapchat.
Yeah,
newest
additions.
additions.
Yes. If you see the request, please add. Yeah, don't show off. Chelsea is going to share his link to his OnlyFans very soon.
Do you find that funny?
Now that was a joke.
Fun fact, I'm the one who sold that joke to him. I'm the one who. I've said the OnlyFans before, on set, before you, which means like you got it from me.
Guys, today we have someone else today. Minus Chelsea's hard feelings.
Go on, bro. Go on. Are you saying that you're milking that joke? Introduce our guest.
Can I and her have been friends in primary? We're friends in primary. I don't think so, but we went to the same school. Funny fact, from primary.
It's fun fact, not funny fact.
I said fun fact.
What did he say?
Fun.
Ah!
What did you hear?
Oh my god. No, you guys. The good thing it's on. Oh my god, it's on record. Guys, go back. If you say fun fact, but if you say funny fact, just say Chelsea in the comment section. That means I will have one.
But to round it back, we were together in the same primary school. We're not friends, but we're both very good at remembering faces. So we met again at uni. I was being my occasional hooligan on campus. She saw me making noise during campaign, and she had it. And she did. And you can call them my personal friend. Been like that. Very intellectual woman. Very tall. How tall are you?
5'7".
Huh? Taller than the average.
5'7". No man, okay. No, I don't mean 5'7". No, he's lying to you. That's not tall.
That's tall.
No, that's
That's tall.
good height. That's
I-
not tall.
when I sit in class, I am taller than most of the other gender.
It's just a class issue, like.
It's a class thing.
The
No.
average woman is 5'5". That's the
Who
average woman.
said?
The average woman is 5'5", bro.
Yes, they are.
Where is it from? What's your source?
Statistics.
What's your source?
Walking around, just looking at how people are.
The reason why you feel like you're tall is because very many people are short.
No, but I don't feel tall,
You
man.
don't feel tall.
I only feel tall like when I'm with people like
Really?
you get like.
I'm taller than.
We'll measure later. We have to put this on.
No, I'm taller than him. He also knows it. You can even give him high heels. I'll still be taller than him. Now that's a joke, bro.
No.
Now that's a joke, bro. That's a joke. You see how she laughed like effortlessly, like it came off.
Crazy.
Anyway, what would you like people to know about you, man? That's how we have blazed you up. Something you feel people should know about you.
I'm concerned if you know my name.
Called Elizabeth. Short form is Liza. Or Lisa.
Hi, I'm Elizabeth, and there's three main assumptions people make about me. The first one being that I did literature in high school. I did not. Don't have a heart attack. The second being that I'm from the north. I am also not.
No, okay, no, you don't know someone from London.
Really?
Yeah.
People
As
say,
someone who gets it a lot, you don't look like one of us.
wow.
I'm not from
That's
the
a
north
first.
as well, but
Guys have more of assumptions. They'll even ask me if I'm a Muganda, and I'm like, what gave you that idea? I'm just intrigued. How did you learn that? How did you come to that
let me
conclusion?
guess. Are you from the east?
Another one in the basket.
No, I'm just asking you. West?
Yes.
I had West on the head, but I was like, if the closest lookalikes to the people from the north are the eastern people. So that's
Yeah.
why.
I'm not from the north or east.
What's your western name?
Kainemijisha.
Okay, that's a very western
Okay,
way
the
of
proper
pronouncing it.
No, I pronounced it in English. The Western pronunciation is Kinemijisha.
That's the one I love. We had, and I didn't do it on the podcast, the last one, but she never wanted to. I know she's watching this one still.
Kinemijisha, yeah. That's the Western pronunciation. And I also shock people. People also get shocked when they hear me speak Luganda.
You're fluent.
Very.
Jewaleko. That's not fluent. It has a touch of.
Luzungu.
You see when she says Luzungu?
We're not getting together. The important thing is I know the language.
You know the language. It's a
Yes.
nice thing. It's a
I
nice
can read
thing.
it too. So yeah, that gives me points, right?
So you know English, Luganda. You know your language
Yes.
fluently.
Yes.
Amagara.
What language do you think?
If you want, can I make sure you're probably Nyank, right?
No.
Chiga.
Yes.
You guys have different greetings.
Yes.
So how do you greet?
Waragambotea.
Sounds very Japanese.
Oh my god!
Anyway, that's the most traditional greeting. It's like the Luganda version of Edat Desebo.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So how do you say I want to eat food in your language?
Just a second, let my brain load.
So it's
I also speak Rutoro, so my first translation is Rutoro. Then
wow.
have to
Okay,
switch it to
Rutoro, you spoke Rutoro before Ruchiga.
yes.
Okay, makes sense. So how do you say I want to eat food?
Nyenda kulia vyokulya.
That's Luganda.
Nyenda kulia vyokulya. That's Rutoro.
Hey.
Then Ruchiga. Nyenda kulia vyokulya. Guys, don't come at me, but I know the language.
So today we're getting to our first segment of the day, which is the situation room.
And so we are starting with situation room today. We have a situation, so I've gone for our Snapchat people. We're going to be doing many of these, so slide into our socials on Snapchat, like this podcast, and you can send us some of these. I got this. Actually, a friend sent me this last night. Yeah, so
Situations. Interesting.
hi, miss, to this password. So maybe hi, everybody. I hope I don't get judged, but I need some advice. I am a man. At my office, we got new recruits, and most of them are young and naive and inexperienced. Pause. PG. This is adult content, man. So there's this petite Muslim girl that recently joined the office across from mine. She's lovely, respectful, and she's always covered up. She doesn't miss prayers and is always well organized. She's married with 2 kids. We smiled. She smiled at me every time I passed, and then I continued. Being nice and all, but I could tell that she was into me. As time went on, we became acquainted, and one day, I stayed late at office and she stayed behind too. We noticed each other, and I invited her over to work from my office. We ordered for food and ate, then jazzed, and as we were jazzing, somehow we ended up very close. So she leaned in and kissed me. Kissed her back. It happened so fast. She got my hand, put it, and this girl was, she was ready. Bruh, when I inserted my guy down there, this chick started moving her waist. I came immediately, but it was still so hard, so I kept knocking. This girl whined on my tea, and the was so memorable. After everything, we left and went home. As this week started, I was called in by my boss, and stupid me had forgotten that there were cameras in my office, only because they had just installed them. As if that wasn't enough, man, this chick is married to my boss's brother. You might think that's enough problems, but no, there is still more. My boss has been wanting me for the longest time possible. Pause! And I've been rejecting his advances because I don't swing that way. Shout out Central C. Now, he's using this video to get me sleep with him, or he will show it to his brother and I will get fired. Please note, the brother is in the army. In other words, my guy, I've cooked. Never been interested in men, let alone pictured myself with a man. How do I approach this issue? I don't want to lose my job. But again, I don't want to be involved in homosexual things. I'm here hoping someone would suggest something that can actually help me.
Interesting. Sounds like a work of fiction.
Sticky
it's still. But I actually believe these things are possible because over time I realized people are not straight like that in workspaces. I've not been in many, but okay, not even just workspaces. I've been in a school where, my goodness, a sissy always comes up on the pod where we had a sissy. His brother was thick and he was getting touched by boys. A boy, like you would see, yes, the oestrogen had gone beyond him, man. Why did my brother have hips? Why did he have a bum on him?
Oh, wow.
But these guys were touching him. So, it sounds a bit melodramatic, but I actually believe it can happen. What do you guys actually think? What do you think?
No, I want to hear your takes first, Jonathan.
Are you getting boss's wood? Or you would rather go for the army guy?
See,
Because definitely if you lose your job, they are coming for you.
see, situation very easy. And if you knock once, they're going to knock you, man. You guys may knock you, bro. No, pause. I'm being honest because now see, I mean this. I'm declaring Jaffa. The first of all, do not make the mistake of getting laid in that office. I feel like
No, like here you're in a situation where it has already happened,
yes,
bro.
because I'm saying like if it were me, that would be like a fast no-go. So at least you go in a low or something, right? That. But in a particular scenarios where things are right now, honestly, if you compare both situations, yes, the army guy is going to bring a drone. The first fools are you for months. Attacking and they're removing nails, they are clipping what and what, bro, for months. But if you close your eyes, put down your big boy pants, yeah. When you come out and then you go for therapy, you still have your job.
But you know your boss is always going to use that against you, bro.
Look at another idea is you also look for that when you know something. Now be the new
Kind of that.
man, you look for something. Which again you call someone. But quick solution out there. Man, go give your boy some.
Oh my god. Definitely, bro. Like me, I'm okay with
The army thing?
the army guy. What do you mean? Like, bro, no.
Did you see those guys with Nalufeni and whatnot?
I know it's not going to be that bad. I know it's not going to be that bad.
You
like,
knock my
this is-
wife with 2 kids.
Definitely, I'm leaving the country. I'm leaving that. Okay. Yeah, if it's a corporate job and all that, probably I have some money on me. If I have some money on me, okay, wait.
Maybe
In this
you leave the
situation,
country.
do I have a podcast?
Sorry, there's the guy has a phone. No,
No, like, I'm saying like if this all happens, like listen to me and I have a podcast, bro. I'm coming here and chatting to you guys.
that's too
So that if anything happens to me, everyone is aware.
See, by the fact that those guys have never been, it wasn't even a personal issue. This was just political. Akina, you said something bad about my president. That was bad enough. You knock my wife. That is personal 1-0. I can even invent new ways to punish you.
Mama, what did you do?
Leave that job.
Leave the job. When you leave the job and they still show the police get. Because the guy, okay, like if it was a guy to make him lose his job or knock the guy, man,
You
a
leave
job
the
is a
job. You
job.
leave the job and go to the village.
That job.
And go to the village for like a
You're
year.
damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. So you just leave it all together.
Then you run away.
Yeah.
Yes.
And when they catch you,
You accept
What are
your
the
friend.
odds?
I'm sorry.
40 million people in this country. What are the odds?
By the way, what are the odds? 1 out of 40M.
let me tell you. But I have a feeling
It
yes.
depends where you go.
A village.
At first, I was like, I didn't believe in our, I don't know what to call it, such policies, like CIA tracking people policies, right?
The intelligence thing of Uganda. Is
I
it ISO?
thought we were whack until when they went and they cut that guy who was in Naka, man who they glazed bullets in Naka. I'm not sure which, but it was like an army guy, Kawesi. or something.
Kawesi, back in the day.
That judge, when they glazed my man, I thought, they're on a board, that sorted deal. It's what I hit and run. They track those mandate and they got them, bro.
It's all allegations, man. It's all allegations.
So you're saying the guys they caught were in the ribbon?
They've never confirmed that they got the real suspects.
For real?
Yeah.
And they might have gotten the people that did it, but not the masterminds. So still.
Yeah.
Intelligence is zero.
They clip the legs, not the head. So the man still operates.
Charlie, Mr. Mastermind. Seems like I'm the only logical one here.
But yeah, if you're watching and you're out there and somehow you stumbled on this, maybe on Snap or something, we advise you that job. For your rectum's sake, leave that job. Don't take Jaffa's advice. Pause. My brother.
Now, today's topic is women in corporate spaces. Right? Abachara, Ubiphobia.
You say it, come on.
This man, fun fact, we're in the same clan.
Yeah, by the way, I don't know if people know it, but we belong to the same clan.
Wow.
Yeah. He's actually...
You're going to start with my uncle.
No, he's not my uncle.
I'm the elder.
But-
Like, my name is for the elder guy.
Excuse me, bro.
Facts, bro. When have you ever had someone did that from Vegas and is going singing? The guys who did
That's
and
uncool.
and save a Ghana, bro.
No.
Who else?
The clan leader is called Walusimbi. What's wrong with my guy?
I said the guys who are in the hierarchy up there. I didn't say
It's not name based. It's not name based. It's not name based.
based.
It's not name based.
Why is everyone who has been there up there has been something like what you see this ever or something?
It's not name based, man.
I'm surprised you know.
Yeah.
That's the most he knows. Like the bit of that, the bit that's attached to like power and ego pumping. That's the most he knows.
Moving on. Women in corporate spaces, yes. See, I gave you a chance to like talk about your achievements, like the things like you want
To brag about my facts.
here.
Really?
We encourage.
That's a nice way to actually state it. They are facts.
We encourage bragging here.
Mm-hmm.
Come
You do?
here and tell us.
So, like for example, we are the biggest pod in the country right now. So,
Yes, you do encourage bragging, I can see.
Please,
You do.
because I feel like you haven't started your other side. I feel like it's casual, but now something that's going to initiate us into the topic.
Uplifting. You want statistics? Where do I begin?
What are you doing at campus right now?
What am I doing? The course or
Yeah,
other
like
engagements?
the course.
I am doing BBA, majoring in strategic management.
Oh, like you guys have majors and stuff.
Yes.
Wow, that's
Nice, right?
information, news actually. So, in there, there are things you have achieved as an individual already before even
In the degree?
yeah, like before you actually bag the letter, the transcript. Are there things you've touched
Academically.
in the field?
Academically. No. I think academic things are interesting to me as a person. It's interesting how I was running away from numbers, but those are the
You caught
modules
up
I
in
excel in.
crazy.
Yeah, I was scared of BCom, but the QM, FM, BStat, those are the ones I do well.
So you're a mathematician all this time, and now
No.
whereas
Let bloom.
I'd hope. Yeah, which is interesting because I ran away from Meg.
two.
Gia.
Yeah. Oh, so you
I
draw?
switched the math for
You draw?
art.
You draw? Like for real,
Yes,
or you
yes.
just did the art for that?
No. I
So
draw
you're
for
good
real,
at
for
art,
real.
eh?
Yes, I am.
She's not glazing herself.
No. This is made up. Don't worry. She will release the info. Don't worry.
If you want a portfolio, it's okay. I am good at art. I say
You're
that
good
with
at
my
art,
chest. Yes, I am.
For real, like how good at art on a scale of 1 to 10?
I give myself a 9.
All right.
The one that's left behind is for finding my style.
Do you have pieces already?
Yes.
I think you should share them with us. We'll share them on the screen.
Yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so you had mobs and all that. Anything you've dabbled in, like leadership, all that, something of that sort?
Yes, I have dabbled in leadership. I was the vice president of an association, an accounting students association, ASAMU, from 2020. I don't even know what year we're in. 2024, 2025.
2025. So
Yes.
you're
So
the
2024, outgoing.
former.
Former
Yeah. In
ancestor.
Latin, we say emeritus. I got languages on me, bro.
Nice.
Please don't glaze you.
That's in big ways. I think my biggest accomplishment was hosting a successful dinner. Man, I didn't know how expensive those things were until I had to come up with the money.
How much?
How much do you think dinners costs?
Like
Dinners
20
cost.
M.
Yeah, like 25, 30, 35.
You're the one that receives it.
Yes.
And you're the one that's supposed to spread it.
Actually, no. My point of emphasis. I had such a good team. I had such a brilliant team. So the finance was there, and my job was to make sure that there was money in the account. Then they catered for the rest and go to all the service providers. So my goal was making sure there was money. I did a good job, actually. Let me not glaze it. I did a good job.
Wow, that's nice. So, looking at everything you have done, and okay, is that all that you've done?
Maybe the reason why it comes into corporate spaces is that that's the way in which we get money, because we are non-profit making, so we get money from corporate people,
it?
and that's how we interact with them. So
Non-profit. You do not make profit.
we do not make profit, but we have to sustain ourselves and our activities.
As students or as people in corporate spaces, like when you eventually step into corporate spaces?
When I eventually step into corporate spaces, obviously I'll be paid. But as students,
or as students,
when I was serving in the association, I do not get paid. There's no profit being made. The goal is to have successful activities, and the way in which we get money is what exposed me to the corporate world.
Oh,
Yes.
okay.
So you go to like the office of the Auditor General, you go to banks. Yeah, you go to banks, you go to financial services firms, telecommunications, pitch your concept, and they buy into it, they support you. They do not, they will not.
What's the hardest office you've stepped into?
I didn't even get a chance to meet anyone there, but that was. Must I say? No, I'm still working my way there. I will let you know when we have been successful.
Okay, the ones that you have actually.
The ones that
walking
succeeded.
through, yeah, those you've walked through and you're like, lights are so bright.
I was really surprised when the office of the Auditor General came through for our association. That was nice. And
Who's the Auditor General, by the way?
It's called Edward Akwol.
Edward Akwol.
Yes.
Never knew him, I can't lie.
Okay. That was a big one for us because I started cook. I shouldn't say cooking. I started working at the collection probably a month to the event.
Did a pod on brain rot, and they're like, we've lost words like as
We have
Gen Z.
lost
We've lost
words.
words. I was.
I started working on the connection probably there were like 5 weeks to the event. And that's not enough time because we usually start planning these things months
Yeah, I've
before.
organized before. I know
Yeah,
a
like
month
4 months
to
before
is-
you must know that these guys are going to partner with us, they're going to come through. But that was like 5 weeks, and I'm like, I'm cooking here. Yes, I used the word cook. I was cooking that. I did not know if it would come through, if it wouldn't, but I told myself I have to be delusional, I have to be audacious. I just walked into the office. I got the contact of the person I got was a very long channel. I told a friend of mine. She told her cousin, who was an alumni. Her cousin told a Rotarian. Then the Rotarian got a contact, and that's such a long channel.
Interesting.
Right?
I don't know. There's a lot of beauty in Rotary, by the way, and we need to get a Rotary person on.
Yeah.
Are you a Rotary
we should.
person?
No.
We need to get a Rotary person because Rotary have like a bag of conspiracy theories about Rotaries in Uganda.
You know, I was trying not to say that. I was fighting hard. I was biting my
I have
tongue.
like a bag of conspiracy theories, but then they're like fruits to eat that just keep coming on the surface, and you're like, wow, this is actually beautiful. So, looking at, okay, I want you to contrast that with how people, because when I organized what I organized, I had an issue with the people around me. Like everyone was like, this guy, man, this guy thinks he's the shit. This guy is taking up everything. That's when I organized that event. Like, did you come upon hardships of that sort? Like amongst your people, like the people around you? Walk us through that.
The motivation levels aren't obviously going to be the same in everyone. Your reasons. I think for me, the effort I put in came from I'm accountable. I'm going to be held accountable if things go wrong. So that's what drove me. But other people saw nothing to gain, nothing to lose. Their participation was very
Option.
Yes, very optional. And what it meant was we had to do their work in turn. So there's always going to be those difficult people on teams. I say it difficult.
You people who make our lives difficult. We see you and we don't like you.
But it's not worth it if someone. I learned after what I went through. I learned to appreciate those people. They make everything meaningful.
That
Really?
don't work.
Yeah. Like,
How do they make everything? For me, I call them camera people because they will show up on the last day and then start acting
you
hands-on.
can relate.
But they had nothing to contribute behind the scenes, and that's
Yeah, like he has told me a story about a high school issue that is, but mine was more or less the right English word is saboteurs. Like this guys were sabotaging. This was an event that we had to pull as like I don't want to over as the old boys thingy. Like we were trying to organize, but these guys were trying to hold me back. And I got into the mindset of when it eventually happened and everybody was like, oh my God, this was such a success. This was so beautiful. We've not had an event like this or this because it's something annual. So I realized, man, if these guys did not hold me back like that, it wouldn't actually mean what it now means to me. At the end of the day, I was tired, but I was like, wow.
I understand you. That's tea.
Yeah, that's tea. You clocked that.
See, he's always criticizing me because of small feminine traits I hope. Now, when I did the hair, the first time I did this,
My guys.
I think it's okay. I feel like people are so scared, especially your gender, scared of ever portraying anything that's feminine.
Yeah, man. Like, cannot come off like. I was listening to a podcast, in my opinion. I think now they're my best podcast. I can actually say shout out Sukali, shout out DT, shout out Uzoma. If they're not watching, I don't care. They will watch it one day. So they had hits and gigs on their pod. And like the part 2 of it was like, actually, I wanted to start with that today now that I recall. Like, male toxicity, masculine toxicity, is it?
toxic male masculinity. As a blunder, but moving on.
Okay. Toxic male. Okay, guys, toxic male masculinity. Like, we had this say, like, how often do you say I love you to your girls?
Oh, every single day. Every moment I see them.
Bro, I've been with this guy for ages. I can't say that shit to him, bro.
Unless you're under the influence.
I'm never influenced anyway. Yeah.
Oh no, that's the only time boys ever tell their boys that.
For real. Like, you've had it like a boy actually say, bro, man.
Yes.
For real.
That I have seen.
I just can't look my boy in the face and be like, bro, I love you. Like,
Okay, if you cannot say I love you, what's the equivalent? A dab.
yeah.
That's proportionate. But you dab everyone.
No, see, it's like the every guy thing where you. And there's the one for the bros where you bring it in, do a small hug, then you.
No.
That's the difference.
That can be the difference because when I'm working with gentlemen and then they meet their other colleagues, they dab everyone. So who's special and who's not?
No, like, if that doesn't apply, okay, every particular boy group has their own way they do it. Not like everyone is going to do it. But for me as an individual, that's how I do it.
But I will say I am envious of male friendships. And no, this is going to sound like some pick me jazz, but
it is what it is.
No. Okay, from the outside looking in, getting you all in one place to like hang out isn't as hard. To get my female friends when I'm talking about when we are not in the school setting where we must see each other and we must actually be intentional about meeting. It takes so much. Compared to you. You don't need a lot to be set.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Like, we really don't need a lot. Like,
have pasta, have food.
We can't even link without money. Like, just go and make friends. No one has money, but you're there.
I think it's also easier in the way that you make friends with each other. If I saw a girl that I wanted to be friends with, like I had a genuine friend crush, I just want to be her friend.
Friend crushes.
Friend crushes are a thing. Have you seen someone so admirable and they're like, I want to be her?
No, I have it.
Nothing on the spectrum. No, nothing on the spectrum. It's real. Friend crushes are real. Like you see someone and you're like, that's such an amazing character. I want to be close. Yes. And it comes from like a point of admiration, right? Man, that's so hard.
When I first saw this guy, I didn't want to be his friend.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the best friendships.
But for him, that's his problem. Like, whoever who is his friend now, he didn't like at the initial start.
Nice.
You know, like, okay, if I actually do not like the way you carry yourself, we will make very good friends because I'm going to look for the bit about you I don't like. That's where I'm going to tie my knot.
Really?
Yeah, I feel like it makes for a very nice friendship.
So what don't you like about him?
I never liked the fact that I'm just putting it out there. I really found you fake. Oh, you know, like hand on heart, you're not like that no more. But I really found you fake initially. That I've said this over and over again, but the Green Hill thing, it was like the first red flags. Like, what the hell?
I must give you a bit of context. Yeah, we're in high school. The first lesson we had of literature class. So the ladies, like, everyone stand up, say your school, what your name is, and something fun about you or something. So everyone stands up and says. So by the time that we went into literature class, I had made friends with some fellow newsmakers, some guys who've actually had on the pod before. So we were like, so after was like, my school are you going to say? Some guys like, hey, King's College Boutique, you're like, hey, come. So some of the guys say some random school. And me and some other boys were like, you know, it's like greener. But like, it was genuinely like high school stupidity, honestly speaking. So we're like, come. So they reached us, and I've always been like, I think the most confident one in my friends. So everyone else like was tripping about it. It was like, get up, like, hello everyone, Green Hill Academy.
And that threw you off, knowing that he was from Green Hill.
No, I knew he wasn't from there.
But now, see, the thing is,
why is man convinced that everyone thinks?
Everyone in the class.
No one believes, bro.
The teacher herself.
I speak for everybody. We all didn't believe. We all didn't believe. I speak for a group of people who had a cocoon that was actually
That's-
looking at you guys like, what the hell
These
is
ones
wrong
were
with you
haters
guys?
simply then.
That was okay. Yeah, call me a hater. I'll be a hater for
I was
you.
about
on
to say
any
it's okay
given
to
day.
be a hater, but I might get cancelled.
Please shake my hand. It's okay to hate. It's okay to hate.
It's also the way in which you go about your hate.
No, I never used to embrace hate the way I did after listening to that Kendrick Drake beef. You can actually hate someone beautifully. Like, you eventually tell them, I hate the way you dress, I hate the way you walk, I hate everything about you. Like, I actually do, and it's normal. You're not supposed to be loved
And
all
you've
the
called
time.
that beautiful hate.
That's beautiful hate. It's honest. It's speak and span.
I think we need the definition of hate.
Let us see if you let him dive in that rabbit hole of beef and rappers.
Okay,
Well,
okay. Well, let's
when
leave that
you
segue.
leave
Let's
that,
leave that segue. I'm back to
Is that all that you want people to know about you? I don't know if corporate affairs sounds like the right word to sum it up, but something of the
I
sort.
call it business development because that's the role I'm aspiring for. It's business development. And I never thought, initially when I joined an accounting students association, it's because I thought accounting is okay as a career. But I quickly found that business development initiatives were more interesting for me. So that's to sum it up and keep it short and neat. Business development is basically scouting opportunities for your own firm to expand. It's strategic work. So in the association context, we need sponsorship. You look out what are other companies doing, what are their values, how do our values align with theirs, then you create that connection. That's why it's called business development. And other times it's called relationship management. Nice. I love it. It's nice.
But now, with that background, when did you actually realize? Okay, now we're going to get back into the topic. When did you realize that the phrase "women in corporate spaces" was actually a thing?
Women in corporate spaces. I think I don't even want to call it a misinformation, but the exposure you get when you are going about your tasks, going about my tasks, that is creating these relationships and stuff. I did not expect the number of women that I actually found in these spaces and in managerial positions. It's better than what I had expected, to say the least. But to me, again, from the outside looking in, it looks like there's a glass ceiling. Yes, there can be top managers and stuff, but there's still that limit. I don't hear a lot of them being country directors. There's CEOs. There's still a glass ceiling
Do
somewhere.
you think it's misogynistic of me to think it's inherently masculine a space?
I think it's an inherently masculine space.
Do you think it's misogynistic of me to think that way?
I do not
Because
think
I
it's
actually
mis-
think that
I think the things
actually inherently is a bit smooth.
Recently-
Naturally.
now let me brag about this. Recently,
Mm-hmm.
I made my way into UN Women, and
Whoa.
right, so we're having a chat with a gender specialist, and we're talking about this very thing, and her explanation made a lot of sense, and it's actually the obvious. There's a lot more things that women are expected to do that men are not. And this is an argument I've had with my friends. I tell them that men can have it all, but it's harder for women to. Because when you look at the men that have thrived and are country directors, CEO, general managers, executive directors, etc., top positions, right? You will notice that there's a lady back at home holding the fort down, taking the kids to school, doing the most, making sure this guy has warm meals. Who's doing that for the women that are trying to elevate in their career progression?
That's why I'm asking, like, doesn't it favor a woman to, I'm not trying to be more limiting, but not to break certain barriers because it's going to now affect her persona, her living, much more than it would affect a man. Because
I don't think that's actually a thing that is a problem that women have to be considerate of. If I have set my mind to achieve certain things and there's people that are in my life, I believe that support system should be the one propelling me to get to those heights and not holding me back and telling me that, oh,
but
there's
you
things
said
at home to be done.
you said men
Yes.
have excuse me, men have a better support system than women do.
Yes, they do.
So if your support system is not nice, don't you have to sit down and think about it? Because then I've actually even seen it with women in sport. That's why I'm at least more vigilant. you see someone actually progressing, but they get to a point and they're like, bruh, I need to actually go and start a family. Like they feel the urge to go and have a kid. So they break it off.
I understand
So
that.
if you feel the urge, because I know it's feminine. I read it in a book where actually a woman feels a void in her tummy, like there is something supposed to be here. So she will want to go and have the kid. So if that's the case, then why don't we start having conversations about maybe there are limits to where women should reach for their own good?
I don't think a conversation should be about limits, and it should be about, let me say, everything seems to be against us at some point. They'll tell you go get go have a child, go get married, go start a family. I'm coming here, and
Pause. He's
who
laughing.
he's laughing. What do you have to say?
No, he had something.
Yes, it's going to come to it. Why should there be limits to what I can achieve? Yet for male counterparts, it's you can get everything, have the right partners by your side. Actually, I think there's a very big systematic problem in the way that men are showing up.
Men are showing up.
Yes.
What do you mean by that?
I'm looking for a way to phrase it. I don't want to sugarcoat anything. I say everything.
Yeah,
with
that's
my
why
chest. I'm a muchiga.
Was one time I'm together, beat a boy in class.
No.
No, I swear, bro.
I'm not violent like that. But what I'm trying to say is, it feels like the way in which women, there's things that we are taught to aspire towards that men are not. We're taught to aspire towards marriage and having families, but male counterparts are not taught that. They're not given those values. Those values are not instilled in them. And I remember at the beginning of the pod, we were talking about how men despise everything that's like feminine. Like a man looking at another man braid his hair and he's like, nah. It's like you guys are taught that being a man is despising everything that is feminine.
Yeah, because that's how our ancestors have actually
No, but I do feel
broken through.
that is just the toxic traits.
I'm using the word toxic.
No, okay, fine. No,
It's the natural way.
no, see,
It's
the
not
thing
the
is,
natural.
as it was natural back then, but the world we're in right now is more liberal. That is why when you tell a woman that you cannot do this, even if honestly speaking, on a biological and physical level, she can't do it, the liberalism in her mind is going to tell her, I can do it, I can achieve it. And me restricting her is going to be looked at as a bias to her human rights. So it's something of recent that some guy that I was watching on YouTube said, is like, you cannot control or stop a woman from doing something. But if she's with you, you can tell her what you can stand by and what you cannot stand by. Because there are men out there. Okay, even me personally, let's say I get married, I have a wife who wants to work. Please, by all means, conquer the world, be the president of the US for like
Well, please, by all means, conquer the world.
You understand? Like, yeah, I'm like, go for it. But if I tell you that I do not want my kids to be raised by a maid, I do not want my kids to be taken to school by the driver. I want someone there. And in case I can do it, I'll be there. In case you can't manage or you cannot,
That's going
do
to
that-
aggravate you still.
No. Listen to me. I'm like, if you cannot abide by what I want, by all means, stay. I'm not going to tell you don't do this. I'm not going to do this.
Interestingly, I was having this conversation the other day with my friend Albright and Maria. Hi, Albie. Hi, Maria. I know they'll watch this. And we were talking about, for example, in my personal situation, my mom was always there. My dad worked far from home and out of the country most of the time. And Albright was telling me that is that not something she had to step up and do? And I was using it in my personal context that I feel like that was her choice, honestly speaking, and that was their decision that they made together, and that is a decision that they agreed upon. So it's very important for people to have these conversations from the beginning, knowing where your ambitions are going to lead to. You would want that. I hope that you front it with the partner that you get. If you do not, you will have a resentment because they will not do as you would have. So I think there's a lot of conversations that people need to have with their partners right from the get-go. I'm going to tell you that these are my goals, these are my ambitions, and I believe that it is humanly possible for me to achieve them. Are you willing to support me where I'm going? Right? Don't you think that those conversations are important?
I think people don't have those conversations, and that's why we have more of this tag and hold, like, I gave birth. And the women who genuinely piss me off are the ones who go on to willingly have kids, and they're not willing to accept. I feel baggage is a harsh word, but the baggage that comes with having a kid.
Okay, but you guys, you think those conversations really matter?
They do.
Yes.
If I have seen you and I like you, bro,
Those conversations.
nothing actually matters.
To me, they matter the most.
Then you
because
don't actually like the person.
it's not about liking the person, but if I've told you that this is where I have my goals, this is where I have my eyes set, I also want those other things, but man, my eyes are here. How is it easier for a man to tell that to a woman, but the other way around is harder? That's why I'm saying
Because
that there is
when
a
it comes
gap.
to a man, it's much easier for me to tell you know what, bro, stay home. Let me go and fend for you. And it is going to happen. This is a classic. It's no longer a daddy joke. It is a daddy screaming for help. When a woman is servicing the home in any kind of way, even for one night, household number 3 after this one, like the immediate neighbors, will know. Then you skip that. The neighbors in the corner, whole time this is the first house. The neighbors in the corner, like 7 households away, will know. So that's why it's difficult for men to process. But
Women have to work.
a woman is going to. Do you know, even splitting the bills is a difficult thing? Would you split a bill 50-50?
I would. I have been raised to.
So you would willingly, like,
I would
without
willingly
being
split
asked,
a bill.
take you out on a date
But
where
why
you're paying, and I'm like,
I'm splitting it on the first date.
are you seeing?
That's not a
Are you
double standard.
seeing?
No, see, I'm with her because that is valid. I'm like, this is the first initial thing. Like personally, the only time I'd allow a girl that I'm with or I'm single dating to split a bill is when we have dated for a while and I'm
Yes.
comfortable enough.
Okay, this is a bit long. But hear me out. I'll tone it down. Would you sign a prenup with a man?
Yeah, since I'm doing what is a prenup?
A prenuptial agreement is like,
Protecting your assets.
yeah, like, man, you
Does
go
that-
away. Whatever Kanye said on Gold Digger, she gonna leave with half. So like the prenup is, man, don't
touch my.
It protects your assets because
Apparently, I listened to a pod yesterday. In my opinion, still their first ones. There's also a post-nuptial agreement. You have to learn about it.
same. Hearing that for the first time. When I sign a prenup, I wouldn't want to. But if I had things to protect, say my family legacy, I will sign a prenup.
Don't you think that's a double standard?
No, that's not a double standard.
I feel like it is.
You see
No,
where look
no,
where
no.
I brought it up. I said if I had things to protect, say a family
No.
legacy.
No, listen. Let's say you don't have them. You meet me, and I'm like, you know what? I have like, I'm worth like 10M on any given day, like assets and all that. And I'm like, bro, it's no way you're living with 5M, man. You sign that, you take my ring. You have nothing on you. Would you sign it?
I would. If that's what you wanted.
You're sure you would.
I would. I have so much faith in myself. I don't want to be a dependent at any time, so I don't want to consider your things mine.
What's
Do you
the point
remember
of marriage?
that
But at
Dululu
the
list
same-
I had?
That?
The Dululu list I have?
But the
I'm
Lulu
forgetting
list-
it. I'm forgetting
One
it.
of Cynthia.
Yeah, but I'm forgetting it.
Okay.
Remember we ranked them.
Hey, yeah, but I'm forgetting it.
I'm the Lulu like that.
See, it's a beautiful trait.
To be
But-
delusional.
Yes. This
Yeah.
one.
But it's also
But I
beautiful
haven't-
to be
I
real with
haven't gotten
yourself.
this far by being realistic, guys. And
Yeah,
to the heights
yeah.
I'm going. Being realistic doesn't take you there. You need I pump myself up with delusion every morning. Not those daily affirmations. I haven't gotten to that.
He does that. So you've literally.
Moving on.
No, but like I remember when you brought up the prenup agreement, I said I wouldn't want to, but if I had something to protect, I will.
So if you have nothing to protect, but the man has something to protect,
And I was very specific about what I'm protecting. I said if it's a family legacy.
so you would not If it's something you've worked for,
But even by
You don't mind?
law,
I don't mind.
those things don't happen. Like
Fun fact,
we break up,
fun fact, Cardi B and Offset split.
he's asking for
70%
spousal support.
70, it's supposed to be 50-50, but Cardi B is worth more than Offset. I think she has touched 100M. So Cardi B is supposed to, I think, leave. There's a way it's supposed to happen. I did not read into the details, but Offset was like, "Rah, I don't know if this is a real story. I always read beyond to find out if it's real. Like the Hakimi thing might not even be real, but." He said Cardi B went on with another man, said the family all had a kid. So which means he deserves 70. The splits have to be 70-30, not 50-50.
That's crazy.
Why does it sound crazy if it's a man? Because if it were a woman, I know it wouldn't sound crazy.
Oh man, it was mandatory.
Why is it mandatory and not in a world where we are trying to be equals?
No, see, like it's something I've told very many feminists I found out there that at first feminism had the right to go. They were fighting for gender equality, right? And I believe that on a substantial scale has been achieved. I can't go beat up a woman and nothing happens. If she goes to the puppy, someone's going to come and attack me, right? There are those family court guys, I don't know their name. Those ones of anything. If you fail to pay spousal support, if you beat a woman, what it's called, what? But you go there and you're going to come back again, right? I believe so. Now we have gender equality. But right now, feminism is finding gender superiority, honestly speaking.
It
As
could
a
look
fact.
that way. It could look that way. And from the point where most people bring it, they say feminism was a political movement and it was about getting votes, right?
Yeah.
But the way I look at it, and my friend and Liz have been having so many conversations about this, Afrofeminism is not white feminism. And white feminism is more documented than Afrofeminism is.
What's Afrofeminism?
That's what we are learning. That's what we're discovering. We're coming to that. And this conversation goes deeper than feminism. There's a lot of practices that we have here in Africa that you cannot convince me were here before colonialists came.
Say that again?
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are say that no, but that's our culture, that's our tradition. But to me, those things came after colonialism. You cannot convince me that in prehistoric Africa, beating was a culture, that was a mode of disciplining. That came with colonialism. That came with colonialism.
Oh my God!
By the time you cook a chicken and the best you taste is the scent.
That came with colonialism to me.
No.
Yes.
No. Yeah.
Actually,
People were being
it's the other way around. Colonialism is what put that.
Yes.
No. You guys give too much grace to these colonialists. They taught you so. There's so many.
There's so many.
Subtle.
Yeah.
There's so many.
Clap that. Sorry.
There's so many subtle things that are present today that to me look like they only came about when the white man came.
Like beating. With the violence thing, yes, the white man took it upon himself, but he took it away from the African man. Then he made himself. It is the whole point of, abusive relationships, where someone literally shows you that they have power over you. You try beating them the first time, they hold your hand, beat you back again. You realize that they have a heavier hand than yours, so you stop. You actually hide your hands when they are mad at you. You can't. I feel like that's the thing.
Yeah, that exists. Didn't we have this conversation before where we were talking about that African societies were about community, essentially, and then with the introduction of capitalism and stuff like that.
Individualism came about.
Yes, individualism came about. But when it was still all about community in our true essence, do you really think some practices existed in those said communities?
Yeah, as someone that has actually read into African communism,
yes,
from a political perspective, I reckon it was there.
No, okay, like, because I read somewhere where they're like, in case a man beat a woman, right? And the woman felt it unjustified, she would go to the community heads, they have a meeting, the whole village comes about, and they dictate your fate of whether it was right to beat the woman or not.
But the man was the god of his household. That's why you used to have those, every wife had their
And
thing.
let's say it wasn't justified for the man to beat the woman. The man would be punished.
Things Fall Apart. Have you read Things Fall Apart?
I have things fall apart.
You know this guy is from, I forget the characters.
Okonkwo.
The lead guy, the
Isn't
dad.
that his name?
The dad, right?
I don't remember.
The
I
dad of
think,
the
yes.
household. He had various things and he used to beat one of the women, right?
Man.
He used to beat one of the women, if I recall right. Like, we have, as Africans, naturally, we were prone to that violence.
A disclaimer: you don't enjoy the beating of women.
Yeah, no, I'm not
No,
embracing
no.
it, but I'm just
Just
saying
putting it
it has
out
always been there.
To me, that's honestly a show of power because I look at it from, we're not the same physiologically, biologically. Men have more strength than women do. This is how my feminism. I should actually finish writing my essay on this. But this is how my feminism thoughts started. This is their background. When we look at the world back then in the day before technology, like before all the things that we know and the infrastructure that we've grown to see, it was a world where you relied on your physical strength to survive, right? You had to farm, you had to physically set up your structures.
Yeah,
It required
yeah.
physical effort. And that is something men are more accustomed to doing, right? So it makes a lot of sense in that setting for the man to go and feed and for me to stay home and take care of the kids. That is a perfect division of labor. When there's nothing else to strive for, yes. But as time has evolved, machines were being created so that we do not have to employ as much physical labor. That's when things became intellectual. And that is what feminism is to me. We're not talking about what a man can do, a woman can do physiologically. CJ, lift this table. No, 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 no. On a mental scale, do we not compete?
Yeah, we do.
And that is what I'm talking about in corporate spaces. If we can compete mentally, why is there a glass ceiling that I cannot reach? And we are held back as women because of those other things.
You see,
those societal expectations.
one thing I realized about, because there's a point I was really invested into the whole idea of intellectual spaces and all that, is that there's a point where intellect has a limit.
It-
And you're actually supposed to push yourself as an animal. You come down to the base instincts of yourself that, okay, my brain has led me here. But then the only way I get to the upper rank is push someone.
To kind of support you a bit on that, sorry. It's like the way, fine, we can work in different spaces. A woman can be my manager and all the like, yeah.
Mhm.
But the thing is, a man is going to have one drive that a woman is not going to have. Okay, that most women will not have.
What's that drive?
It's
I have-
testosterone.
Nonsense.
It is, for real.
Provide. That's the one thing. I feel like for most men, okay, the white
Yes,
men
for all
done-
men.
have done it whereby now it's either you have to work for your, this is a thing they usually say, you have to earn your worth
Mm-hmm.
and you have to provide. As a man, if you cannot do any of these two, you have failed as a general part of the species. And with a woman, the money that you're going to make essentially is going to be mine, well, yours, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most of the minus the women out there who are undergo circumstances of whereby they have to be the breadwinners of their families and their houses, minus those ones. But the general perspective, that's even where that modern saying of the money I make is mine, the money you make is ours. Because there are going to be very few women out there who are going to be willing to spend their money at the house to support their home, to even buy small things.
In your time of freedom, we say that I'm
Maybe a dembe. Wow, that's a
go read or listen to the essay, the writing of Chimamanda Ngozi
Ngozi
Adichie.
Adichie, yeah.
We should all be feminists.
I've seen bits of it on
There's a
YouTube.
lot of unlearning that book does for you. It's everyone I've recommended it to loves it. So we should all be feminists.
I've read some. I've read what is that book about Biafra? Half of a Yellow Sun.
That's new.
It's new, really.
Yeah, okay. It's newer than the old.
But when you read,
texts.
okay, no, I will not assess her feminism from that, but yeah, I low-key
Let's not
get it.
assess it from a work of fiction.
Yeah, it's a work of fiction, but still, like, she can still address her points, but it would be very hard to derive. But where I think, going back to what I was saying, like, there are some things I feel like, even in a corporate space, it is only a man that will be able to do that sort of thing. Because at the end of the day, men have the biggest urge to actually propel themselves because they are looking around themselves and there is too much. When women look around themselves, for the most part, it's about them. I have to look like a girl in power. For a man, yes, I want to look like a man in power, but I want to feed the ones around me.
Leave alone feeding. Now we are taking it back to the provider mindset. What I mean to say is the reason women do not make it to those top tier positions has very little to do with the work quality that's coming out and their ability to lead. It is more of, I hate blaming society. We are society, but I'm going to say society. It's our upbringings, it's our experiences, it's the way we think and the way we think in which things should be done that we limit people from actually getting into those spaces.
So when you say,
It's to me that is societal baggage that women are constantly carrying. While you're saying a man has to provide, he
men
will be
also
given.
carry societal baggage.
They do. He will be given the room to provide, but you will be asked to bear a child for 9 months. Maternity leave is only 3 months, and then you have to go back to the job and work twice as hard. Mind you, our cycles. I have to say this out there. Our cycle. We live on a spectrum. I am not the same person today that I was yesterday. Things are changing, and I don't even know what is changing. And I will commend the people in those spaces because the amount of regulation they have to do. There are some days when I genuinely do not want to look at people. I don't want them to cross me. Like I just want. I don't want to say I want to be alone. I just want to be comprehended. But it's hard, and the pain of being at a workstation when you are losing substances from yourself, that is incredible and that's excruciating, and that's a cost that has never been accounted for. There are no sick days, there's no leave days. Do you get what I'm saying?
Don't you think that is nature speaking to your limits as an individual?
I think even beyond the nature there could be considerations.
Like,
No, I think that's what he's trying to put out. Because if we start acknowledging those considerations, that maybe if your cycle comes about at this time, they give you about 1 or 2 days of leniency. As a man, I don't.
man is going to just break through me.
Yes, you do not
So
have.
No, but then that is going
Is
to
a
cause
limiting
an
factor.
inequality between you people. Because now, then you're going to complain, I'm not given equal pay, I'm not given equal rights, I can't become a manager. But the man has been a manager from January 1st to December 31st. He hasn't missed. He actually clocks in by 7, leaves by 6. You, on some days, you don't, as you said, I don't have the energy to look at people. I want to be understood. As a manager,
that's not the person you want to work with.
as a manager, like, you have to make sure that even that dumbest person on your committee
Is
patterns what
getting,
you're saying.
yeah.
By the way, I'm saying this, but the people that actually sit at those workstations, you will never hear them complaining. That's just me and my students.
And yes, but that's still
Mindset and thought.
because you're still speaking for them because they feel a certain way.
Yes, I have to speak for them.
And I think that's why they always feel there's that limit. Okay, fine. I do believe some men out there outdo themselves with the whole male and female equal rights. Because I have my boys out there, and if a movie is the lead role in a movie is a feminine character, don't watch it.
Now that's the toxic masculinity.
Let's
A man doing the other
masculinity.
things we're calling toxic is actually just natural. Me not, my dad not wanting me to actually have plates on my head, and it coming. If he tells me I'll be like, okay, that's just a stereotype. But if he tells me, man, that's something women do, I hear it. Because why do I have it on my head? If it doesn't favor it. No, I don't mean it like that. But if it doesn't favor it, why do I have it on my head? Because he grew up being told, as a man, you have to behave a certain way.
To drive it
So
another
when you're
direction.
presenting yourself, you present yourself a certain way.
To take it into like a bit of a personal direction, can you walk us through an experience whereby you actually felt or you were subjugated to the phrase women? Because I feel like that phrase is, I can't say, okay, it goes both ways of the spectrum. It's a bit sexist and it's a bit feminist, yeah? So walk us through that time when you realized both parts of whereby you're a woman and you're celebrated to be in a corporate space, and whereby you're a woman and you're casticized, or as you put it, limited due to your gender.
Thank you very much. That actually happened very recently. To me, it would look um I have taken over a position where my predecessor did nothing for the role. But when I try to do something, it aggravates the people around. And to me, that's I'm working, but to you, it's not enough. I'm doing more than the person who previously was here ever did. But to you, you will come in scrutinizing every single area where I fell short. But I'm doing better than the person who was there before.
Does that scrutiny come from the fact that you're a woman, or
Envy.
envy? Because I feel like it could be both ways.
Yeah, like it's
I,
just
I don't even think it has anything to do with envy, because this is someone in a superior position. They should actually be a guide, a mentor, but it looks like scrutiny when I receive it, when I'm on the receiving end.
So the guy that was before you was a male?
Yes, yes. And now that I've made the position active, it does not, huh, let me say, where I am celebrated, it is by the other women that are around me, the ones with whom I work. And every time I'm scrutinized, it's by the men around still.
So no men in these corporate spaces actually
Acknowledge
advocate
you.
or acknowledge the rights.
I'm not saying that there's no men that advocate, but I'm saying when there is, I think it's also the way in which men and women communicate. When I am talking to another lady, there's a way in which I'm going to speak that is, let me say, considerate. But when a man is speaking to me, he will not care, and that's like I get a harsher reception from.
because that's how we associate
No.
naturally.
Okay, I have a point, but okay, fine. Walk.
Okay. Let's leave that aside. The other situation is in communication. When I have a genuine complaint to put across, it will be received as she's bossy, she is
Demanding.
angry, directive. I've been told that's my mode of communication, and I must ask for accountability because you're not going to use certain resources and you have no way of accounting for them. That doesn't make sense to me. I want you to. I I do not like people who do not keep their word. I do not like people who do not take responsibility and accountability for the things that they have done. That something was in your scope, but you cannot account for how it was. And when I ask for accountability, I'm taken as a bad person. But this is where it gets interesting. I have actually observed that there's people that are rude, and they are men. But the person that's being talked about the most is me. For them, it's they take it easy.
That's how it is.
Yes, that's how he is. But when I said, man, she was angry today, she's more directive. She could be more concerned. They expect me to be a nurturing character. But this is a corporate space. Exactly, this is a corporate space. I thought we're all supposed to wear our big boy pants and come and work here.
Using big boy is crazy.
Yes, I've said it. But you're telling me, CJ, she could be nicer, she could be kinder. They want me to form myself and be likable.
I want you to be a feminine in a power,
Yeah,
in a
a feminine
position.
Like,
You guys,
how are you doing?
this has gone off the skews.
Why has it
When
gone
you
off the
say
skews?
and you when he says and you agree that they want you to be more feminine and you actually agree, then that just stamps on the fact that in those spaces
I was agreeing
you
with
need
what
to
he
have
said.
much more masculine energy, which means they are more naturally.
No, it's you wasn't understood. I was just affirming because she was describing it, and I just gave it a statement.
And okay, now let me just say this. I really feel like as a woman, and what makes women very beautiful about what they do is because they go into those spaces and they stamp the mark of femininity in those spaces. And it becomes an exceptional place. Look at America. Obama goes to be black president and everyone was like, the only first lady that made sense was Roosevelt's wife back in the Roosevelt that died, the wartime Roosevelt. I don't recall any first lady that slapped the world. When Michelle Obama becomes first lady, the role of first lady actually changes all over the world. First lady is a symbol, but what was she doing? She added a much more feminine touch attached to the presidential idea that you can be a president and have a wife that's doing, because she did much more as a first lady than other people. But what was she doing? The things feminine people do. Go out to homes and do those things women are supposed to do. You get embraced as, but look at the women that have tried to be boss lady type of thing. Look at them.
It's not even trying.
I can't lie. Zari has fallen off.
If that is the standard, let's not talk about Zari.
No, but you can see she tries to stamp the idea that she is a man in her own way. She can actually house a man, and the way she gets interpreted gets diverted.
Well, the thing that I mean now is, in a corporate space, it has nothing to do with my gender when I ask for accountability, because the male counterpart who asks for it in a harsher way is going to be looked at, oh, that's his nature. But they want me to be, hi.
No.
Okay, I think to dive into what you said, I think it's now I had a very beautiful word, but it's gone. Shame on
Pain.
me. But it's more
Pain, it's silent.
it's more of the women are trying so much to be men.
To be men.
And I feel, okay, not given in this perspective of yours, of your of accountability, and I felt, I'm talking about the women out there who are going to come and genuinely try to pull off a male version of themselves in the guise of they are going to get power. Because there are women out there who have leaned so much into their feminine rights, into their feminine traits, and they have benefited greatly out of being a woman rather than targeting to be a man. Because if you look at it, gender equality in an instinctual manner, or if we're going back to animals, it cannot make sense. Because as a man, I'm going to lean towards being a provider. That's where I am best suited for. And if you're a woman and you lean into being a provider, sure, you might succeed, right? Okay, you will succeed. But it's going to have
You might need some men to help you on the way.
It's going to have a really big toll on you as a woman, mentally, physiologically, and all of those things. It's going to have a lot of demands for you.
I understand what you're saying.
Whereas if you lean into your feminine of being the supportive, and I think because women back then were more supportive, yes? If you lean into that,
they still are.
It's going to feel, modern day women think it's demeaning, I'm not living up to my truest potential. But there are women out there who have benefited out of leaning more into that supportive role.
Look at the
I
nice
get
field.
what you are saying, and to me, it looks like when you find an environment operating in a certain type of way, you have seen, I think we learn by mostly observation and how you see things move. When you see him work a certain type of way and he gets the results that he wants, when I come into that space, I am not going to immediately deploy CJ, a softer touch, a more feminine approach to things. You understand? There's a standard of operation that has been set. And when I try to match up to it, that's when the expectations come in. But it also, I understand what you're saying. And there's people that have achieved more by actually showing up as they are, right? In their feminine energy and things. And to me, it goes to, let me say, guidance, having role models, being mentored, an aspirational character to look towards. Let me say that. So many women are now looking at Sylvia Mulinge and how she has made it to where she is.
That?
CEO of MTN Uganda.
It's not familiar, I can't lie.
Doesn't sound familiar.
We are very uneducated in that.
Okay, no, but the women I know, I don't know if you know, I know you know Manuela Pacucio Molondo, don't you? You know her, right? Pam.
Pumla Navachwa.
Yes.
I have met
The
this
fact
woman
that I
that are
actually-
incredible.
You've met them?
Yes. Guys, I'm not seated.
They had, for real.
Yes,
I feel
I
like we
have.
need, they also had a podcast of sorts. I
They
used to
did,
watch
Bump
on
Love.
Bumpla. Oh my God.
The
Bump
point
Love
I'm
was
trying to put
nice.
across is when you have guidance and you actually
Toxic
see how another woman
masculinity.
does it, when you see how another woman does it and thrives in that space, you're also going to kind of change your approach.
But you see,
But
Manuela is so feminine. She has
I want
embraced.
to talk about STEM, like in science and technology. engineering and stuff like that,
Math.
IT.
M stands for math.
I hope it does. Those
I hope it's
industries that are predominantly male dominated, we are here because we can both do that job. But in the boardroom, when we are seated, you want me to go be the one making a cup of tea.
See,
You're not suited for it. Like, you can make a better cup of tea than I
That's
can.
wait. So that
Diabolical.
it's something.
Come on.
Diabolical.
If you made a cup of tea, whose would taste better? Like, you guys actually overdip it, man.
I'm
to
over
like,
dipping it. I wouldn't make that cup of tea for you.
to like grow it back. Yeah.
If you can make it for me, I'll make it for you.
I can make it for you. Therefore, but I know you can make a
Auntie,
better one.
The minute I make you my cup of tea, you'll now make it a habit. CJ Eliza makes nice tea. No.
It's something that you were conversing about and it picked up. It's more of those stay-home dads. A stay-home dad.
Shout out to my dad. He's now a stay-at-home dad. Hey!
You understand? Like a stay-home dad who's going to be the one who's going to take care of the kids at home, pamper, changing clothes and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes to feminine spaces, he's going to be adored. Welcomed.
Oh my God. Oh
a
my
man
God.
that can change a
I
diaper.
need a man like
All of
that.
that, right? He's going to be welcomed. But if that guy goes to his boys, even if we are not being toxic, and you step up and you be like, I'm a stay-home dad, you have another nanny guy and everything, it's going to be jokes. It's okay, like it's going to be borderline disrespectful, but it's going to come from a space of man. Okay, like see, okay, goes back to it. Women are going to be more embracive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Calm feelings. I love you. I care, and I want to
It's a
take care of you.
stronghold. Yeah.
For a man, it's more of competition. You can't be better than me. We are boys, but I'm like, I'm a guy. I can beat you, even if he's like 6 times taller than me, right? And it's going to be a competition. I've said, if a woman tries to lean into now that role, right? Excuse me. If she leans into that role of being a provider and goes in those corporate spaces, you have to understand that men play dirty. Some of those things, okay, like fine, like some men are going to come out and be rude to them, because I've worked somewhere where I was a leader, and I'm one person who respects you. Like if I know you can work, I don't care if you are okay. There's a term I use, but it's very derogative. But I'm hermaphrodite. I don't care if you're that, as long as you have the brain and the charisma to work.
Shout out to our hermaphrodite audience. We love you. Pause. But yeah.
Like if you come and sit there and I know you can achieve what you say, I have no problem whether you're male, female, or both. Doesn't really matter. Step there, work.
None.
Understand? Step there, get the work done, and we're through. But with some women, she's going to step into a role that demands effort tirelessly. Now, I am one person who believes if we are equal, you do not get the privileges of being a woman. Simply put, you do not get the privileges of being a woman.
You now have bicep and tricep.
At this point, we are working for the same thing. If I say we're going to wake up by 6, by 7 we are going to be there. I understand that you might have a cycle ongoing, something might have pissed you off. Someone might have clipped your nail while you're walking back home and it killed your energy to work the next day. I don't care. The fact that we are equal, step on that pitch, let's get it done.
I don't know if men ever appreciate the fact that you don't have so much. Yes, you have a lot going on, but I'm going to say this. I don't know if you ever sit down and appreciate that you don't have as much weighing on you.
Naturally.
Yes, naturally.
Periods and stuff, right?
Yes.
No, like-
We pay for that mentally.
For men, we don't have it physically,
We pay for that mentally.
but the things in our mind,
You know that it's meant.
on a random day.
I think you're going to continue. I think even there's a lot of things that you get away with in society as men.
Like women do.
But men more. This
Workers.
society was built
By men.
by you, for you.
That was a very polite way of saying that patriarchy is in charge.
No, but there is a way. If you put it like that, I'm just going with what you have said.
Mm-hmm.
There is a way your parents is home favors them because it was built by them for them. Exactly, right? I'm just going to do your statement. I'm not going to say if I embrace what you've said. You get. If the patriarchy has built it, then it might as well try and furbish it and refurbish it as per its. And you end up actually conforming. Women were so happy when they were putting on pants after World War One. I was not there. I have read articles of that joy. Can finally put on pants. Women were so happy when they stepped into sport. I can actually now run. It's masculine. The fact that it's masculine, look at the structure, the physical structure of any female athlete. Find one that's actually smooth. It's hard.
Man, to be honest, right now I fear a woman with abs. What do
See?
you mean you take off your shirt and saying bunyema bunyema? I'm like sis?
But okay, yeah, I wanted to ask you this because now time is running. We need to find a way of him closing. So I wanted to ask you this. We've all gone to school and there was this harsh female teacher. Have you? You recall that person, right?
We have very many of
Eh?
those.
Do you recall that statement that when she has kids, she might get softer? Do you recall that statement?
No.
Do you recall that
We
statement?
have a. Do you remember a teacher? What's she called? Teacher
Jaffa
Judy.
Tochikoda.
I have to name drop Teacher Judy. I think she was like when P3. So that woman was nice before she gave birth. After she gave birth, she became the living embodiment of the reign of terror.
Okay, let's put that beside. But do you reckon that women get softer with childbirth?
Yes.
As a woman, what do you think about it?
I wouldn't know.
She
I
hasn't
wouldn't know
given
yet.
But you've watched. I mean, we've not given birth. We will never give birth.
Huh?
I have not observed.
What do you mean you will never give birth? Oh, as men? Oh, said.
Pause! My man was dipping it. How?
I'm trying to look for areas where I've seen that, and
I've tried to pull out for you like the teacher scenario in school.
maybe this one matron we had in high school. But first she became worse.
After the child.
Then she became nicer when they started tutoring her child.
See? Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. Like when they actually get something of this sort can actually happen to my kid. I feel like when you're in corporate spaces and you eventually have a child, you stop being the tough boss. You soften.
It's something I remembered. That Wall Street Jazz. Have you ever seen an interview or something that is done by those women who are in Wall Street?
Nah, I've actually never thought of women on Wall Street.
Those women are men with a feminine organ. You're going to see a man in the way she talks, the way she acts, and her work ethic. Because in Wall Street, you either eat or you're eaten. Like I think the best movie that I can give you that can reference
Wolf?
it minus a book. No, it was
That's so
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yes, Wolf of
Yes,
Wall
Wolf.
Street.
What did you
Leonard Wolf.
Oh,
Oh my god, I know I saw British, innit? But I mean, come with me, innit? Like Leonardo DiCaprio.
Like, in that movie, if you ever paid attention to the feminine characters, leave the wife, because the wife was the Duchess of something, but the women, okay, like those side characters who are in those things, like when they were in their roles, there is no way that woman will tell you, don't step there.
And you step there.
Because now, like, I believe that is developing that work ethic that is going to put you in a place of power. Because when you're in power, you cannot afford to be soft on any day
In my
or a bad day.
experience, we've been talking as if this work ethic doesn't exist. And honestly, my primary concerns are two. For starters, let us not think that women are sleeping.
Yeah,
I am currently running a mentorship program at MOOBS, and the highest number of applications. I am so proud it's the girls. They are not sleeping.
Yeah, they're not sleeping, but
They're doing the most. When it comes to work ethic, I would honestly much rather, this is going to sound so biased, but I would honestly much rather work with the girls than with the... Yes, I've said it. And this is at a junior level. But to me, it looks like they have more passion that they put towards certain things that...
When done?
the problem with women is that they say too much they don't mean.
Really?
That's my biggest issue with them.
I mean what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, like I hear you when you say it, but
And shout out to all
women,
the girls.
women are the sort of people that will praise their girl. Like, oh my God, you're looking, Lil Stunner,
I have
beautiful on your birthday all time.
I don't want to say that anymore, but my girl.
He wants to say horse. All time. Yes, it's support.
It is support.
But I was even telling my boys this. You need to be very honest with people you love.
Yeah.
When someone
and if I'm
asks-
hurting you like that and I can see that, I'm not going to use that's derogatory. But if I care about you, I'm going to tell you the truth.
You're paying up.
I will tell you the truth. Never
But
mind.
anyway, that's what I'm saying. Like, girls will show you that they are into it and they are not. They just, I don't know, there's something about females and wanting to sustain things that are actually, they are not feeling like that about.
Okay.
So that's why I feel like with dudes, you're going to see their energy. They're going to
The
come.
moral of the story was, it worries me that the men are not rising up like the women are. And that is, yes, I've said it. And that is in terms of English is very limiting. I'm looking for the words, but they're failing me.
Say it in Lugard.
Yeah, by the way, it would be nice.
When it comes to how, leave the gender thing alone.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like men as people, waliwa kabulam, and that's where women are stepping
In
up.
corporate
And that's where,
spaces, eh?
not just in corporate spaces. I feel like even in behavior, like there's things that are just for fairness' sake. This has nothing to do with gender and the traditional roles of who is supposed to do what. But as a human, you cannot look at another struggling and you do not step up. That's what I'm saying. And there's
That's
so many.
what capitalism does.
And there's
People
so
care less.
And there's so many of those situations. And that's the point I've been trying to put across in everything that I've been saying. As humans, we're not doing enough for each other. And there's things that are going to come up like race, origin, religion, quality. Intersectionality has a lot to do here, but fundamentally, as humans, helping each other, we're not doing that well.
And it's only getting worse.
It is getting worse.
I've had stories in the UK where people are like, in London, I was listening to Madame Joy sometime back. In London, can be going through the mosque on the side of the street. Pass by you, they have their own shit to do. Like, it's natural, man.
To close out, I have a question I've been keeping. If you had to design a feminist blueprint for corporate, I feel like, okay, let's just make it local, right? For corporate Uganda, what are the 3 principles that would be non-negotiable? Did I repeat? If you had to design a feminist blueprint for corporate Uganda, what 3 principles would be a non-negotiable?
A feminist blueprint, like a mode of operation. For starters, to me, it wouldn't be feminist. I think in corporate spaces, gender only comes up when it's about leadership. That's what it looks like to me. But the work quality, if you've come to me as an organization and you want me, an auditor, to create an audit report for you, whether a man does it, whether a woman does it, your figures will still make sense, and it wouldn't matter who did it, but the work is there, right? So to me, it's more about like leadership and the things that hold women back. I would want there to be more support that is given to women, and that's one. Especially in the
More support for women.
especially in the kind of partners they get. Like, it is the norm for a man to go and slave at his job and the woman is taking care of the kids. But why is it so hard when the roles reverse? When the roles,
Because you're going to feel less supported. Dating this man, taking care of the kids you gave birth to, and you're going home, you're supposed to pay for the date, you're supposed to pay for everything.
we are blessed to live in such a modern world. We have more information at the palm of our hands than has ever been before. And the way we think does not reflect that. That is a fact. We've come so far in evolution, but we still think like it's the BCs.
Because there are certain things that are just natural to us.
Exactly, but we should evolve. That is what I want to say.
Okay, what's
Evolution.
your best suit? Caretaker or provider?
My best suit.
Yeah. When you look at your life from way back, right now, going into the future, what's your best suit? What would you do best? Provide for or take care of?
I know the answer you
No, 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 no.
but I am going to say, why can't I do both?
The best.
Why can't I do both?
Yes, you can do both, but
obviously I'm not going to do both well. But
yeah,
why
but
can't I?
you can do both.
You can't do both.
But you can do both. But you can't do
not
both
well.
equally.
You're going to
good.
fail at one either. That
Exactly, yeah.
You're going to, not
that.
that you're going to fail, but you're going to fall short at one.
Uh-huh.
But that
So
doesn't mean you
which
can't do
one will
both.
you not fall short when it comes to that point of, oh my God, I've fallen short of this man? Which one will you not fall short of?
What face?
No. Mm-hmm. Which one would you do best?
I will not answer that question.
By the way, I forgot to warn you. Chelsea is like a Kamaswe. They are Kanyebo, and your only option is pick the Kanyebo.
Yeah, but that's not nice. No, but okay.
No,
but you get my point.
A lose-lose, and that's far from the point I'm trying to make here. I am trying to say that we've come so far in our evolution as human beings,
act like it.
and we don't act like it. These things shouldn't be surprising you in the generation that we live in. If I have told you that my goal is I've come in at an entry-level position, you've met me along the way and I'm climbing my ladder. You said you want to marry me, but me, I've told you, my eyes are there. If it were a man, it's almost inevitable for the woman to be like, fine, I'll take the back seat and support you. But why is it so hard? And these are not situations that everyone has to. It's not that every woman wants this. I'm speaking for myself and the
Most
ones
women
that do.
now want it.
And that's okay. Why is it so hard for us to cope with the evolution that we've actually been through?
Because there's some natural things.
And those natural those biases in your mind.
No. They're not just biases.
What are
they
they?
are natural. Like the way you go to work and you're like, oh my God, I don't want to look at anybody today, man. Oh my God, that's bye. Oh my God. You get.
I love how you use my own words against me.
But
you might have not gotten mine.
No, I have gotten your point. But like I said in the beginning,
when you said that,
I got it. Honestly, I got it. And it made a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
But there are things I believe, and this is a very controversial opinion, but I have tried to read myself into it. There are things we are trying to neglect because we think, man, we are modern, we are advanced. At the crux of our being is the animal in us, and that animal still exists. That is why when the lights go off, we have sex to create other human beings.
Who says
it's no. Okay, my point is like there's a reason.
My point is, do you
have sex with lights off?
No. This has nothing to do with sex.
Yes,
I'm going back to my fundamental points. If this is how far we've come with our evolution, you must get someone that's up to your speed. Otherwise, and I think the sacrifices we have to make to get to certain, there's a cost, there's an opportunity cost, economics call it.
The next best.
And that I think that's the other thing that we do not want to understand, but there is an opportunity cost for everything. If I've set my eyes on a certain position and I've said that's what I'm going to spend my entire life working towards, it shouldn't surprise me that I'm not going to be there to see my children grow up. Right?
Yep, sacrifice one for the other.
Yeah, but that's not an all-time thing. My point here is we've come so far in our evolution where the roles have to change and in the dynamics in which they have to change. That shouldn't be a surprise.
I like it when I disagree with a guest because I heavily disagree with it, but it's lovely.
I love to be disagreed with also. We'll have so many more conversations. Echisambayo is I speak for the corporate spaces I've seen, and that's mostly in financial services firms and other corporate businesses. I don't know how STEM industries are doing, how the doctors operate, the engineers. I think it's a different story for them. And I hope that, I know for a fact that they're doing all the work that it takes to get to those positions. I cannot speak for that industry. That's what I can say. But for the ones I can speak for, people like Chelsea should evolve with the times that we actually live in.
Yeah. Everyone usually throws that subliminal, like it should be like part of the into what subliminal do you want to throw at Chelsea before? But now the last one, as as a woman who has been in these corporate spaces, what give us like give them like 2 tips for someone out there who wants to pitch in? Like 2 things that if you knew before diving into would make your life easier or bearable.
I will say that I do not understand what research actually meant. When they tell you to have your facts straight and like have done your homework, that's so important. And it's not just in the the industry you're operating in, but to know what you're actually there for and link it to the purpose for which you are there. Everyone has a goal, but understanding why you are doing the things that you're doing, you're not just putting energy into something so that it blooms. What's in it for everyone has a personal vendetta. I mean, vendetta is the wrong word. A personal
Urge, intentions.
that they are pushing. So you should understand that from the get-go and let that drive you even on days when you don't want to actually do anything. Yeah, I wake up to send emails not because I want, but because I know it's a ripple effect. I send this email, this thing goes well. You never know where it leads. And I like that you said I'm in corporate spaces. I'm getting there.
Do you have a LinkedIn?
Yes, I do.
Guys, anyway, wow, that's lovely.
For the bachelor out there, this episode was yours to Bagger than you. Has been the Gates Podcast.
And we want to close out with saying, you never know where it leads.
Maybe something that I might have left out is how important the home unit is. I'm such a believer in like a 2-parent household and having both role models there. I know I'm such a dreamer, but the Lulu, guys, the Lulu.
It's being hustle Lulu, but you will not forget that it can also fail Lulu.
No. The way in which the boy child is pushing for themselves these days, they're lagging behind. Step up. And not just in regards to work. No. Let me say it. As humans, you are in a deficit. Mubulam.
Okay, that's a big segment, so another pod, but yeah, that's been us, man. We hope you've taken the best of what she has said. Yeah.
If you misunderstood, it is on your head, not ours. Wait up.